through injury and a loss of momentum as well. In with a busier, sharp, fresher and pretty fast, yet still slightly unknown quantity of the Dublin buzzsaw, Jono Carroll. We've had spice, needle. It's a genuine 50-50. We can't wait for this match.
Yeah, as you said, a lot of people split down the middle how they see this fight going. A real crossroads fight. The proven guy, Scott Quigg, world champion, former world champion, and the guy who's fought for the world title and came up short, but will have improved from that in Jono Carroll. And already Jono Carroll here looking to target the body early on.
Yep, a couple of left hands to the body from Jono Carroll. The southpaw with King Kong emblazoned on the waistband, both in black and gold. And a lot of talk beforehand, especially from Carroll. Quigg hasn't enjoyed that, but we know the sort of character he is. But has he still got the spring in his step? Has he still got the skills and the reflexes now at 31?
Yeah, and is he as physically imposing up at super featherweight as he once was down at super bantamweight? As a super bantamweight, he was huge for the weight. He was physically strong. He hit very, very hard. Has he carried that power up? I'm not so sure.
But Carroll's looked the bigger man in the build-up when they've come head-to-head. How will this unfold? Two high-class operators. A stumble there from Quigg. Was that a balance thing, or was he... Feet tangled there, just momentarily.
I think Bono boxing really well here, Jono Carroll. The straight shots, that nice little crafty uppercut through the middle too.
This is a really confident start from Jono Carroll. On the back foot, picking his shots. And a good body shot there, and Quigg just dabbing away at his nose. He's had that broken, of course, against Oscar Valdez. He's been through the wars. And is this going to be a case of the younger man at the right time here?
Well, I think that's what a lot of people think, Adam, and you know, that's been the general consensus. A lot of people picking Jono Carroll, even though Quigg's the former world champion and the guy who's fought at the higher level, certainly more proven. But I think, oh, good shot from Carroll. That was a beautiful left hand.
Precision from Carroll, who looks super sharp early on in this 12-rounder. Quigg yet to settle.
Yeah, looks sharp here. Carroll slipping inside, landing that uppercut to the body. His straight shots down the middle are very good. His movement, brilliant first round here from Jono Carroll. He's outboxing Scott Quigg here.
Another body shot as well. It's been a fantastic opening round for the Dublin southpaw, who's backing up his posts. A long way to go, but he'll take that round to Carroll as Quigg tries to get going at the beginning of the second.
Well, I'm not shocked if I'm honest, Adam. You know, Quigg's had 18 months out. He's 31 years old. A lot of people debating on what he's got left. And, you know, even when you're early on in your career and you're sharp, to have 18 months out, you're going to have a lot of ring rust. So, you know, I think he needs to really step it up here now, Carroll, because Quigg, because Jono Carroll's confident here. And the last thing Quigg's need is Jono Carroll really getting his tail up.
I think Joe Gallagher's told him to go right out, take centre ring, and try and back Jono Carroll up. That's what Quigg's attempting with the combinations. Fight number 40 for Scott Quigg. He's only ever been beaten twice. Once to the man just behind us, Carl Frampton, on that huge night here. That unification, which didn't catch fire, but Quigg never got going. He's got to tonight here. He's got to really try and back up Carroll, stop this movement.
Yeah, but Carroll boxing well, his movement's really good, he's picking his shots, looking for the openings, that left uppercut into the body, he's landing the shot, and what he's doing as well, when he lands his shots, Jono Carroll, he rolls out, he doesn't stand there admiring his work, he doesn't stand in front of Quigg waiting for the return or the counter punches, he rolls out, gets out the way.
Right hand from Quigg, applause from Joe Gallagher in the corner. He's not with Freddie Roach, he was with Joe earlier on in his career for a great deal of time, but he's been out at the wild card with Freddie. Now back to what he once had. How will that manifest itself as the rounds tick along?
Quigg applying a lot of pressure here with his feet, his presence, he's getting in close, he's feinting, he's trying to set a trap here, he's trying to lure Carroll into making a mistake that he can counter-punch him for, but You know, Carroll holding his feet here and his good head movement as well.
One thing that Carroll has never been is a dynamic puncher. Only 3 knockouts on his record, but he believes he'll get one tonight in round number 8. He's been very vocal about that, joking about his feather fists, and he says he'll keep chipping away. And there's another body shot from Carroll.
You know, there's no doubt that Scott Quigg is the bigger puncher of the two. Jono Carroll, more of a boxer and a volume puncher, throws a lot of shots, doesn't load up, but just keeps throwing plenty of them. But he's boxing well here, Carroll. Quigg certainly, this is a better round from him, landing a few hard shots. That was a good right hand from Quigg. It's a better round from him, but Carroll's still boxing well here.
The long beard, the smile from Carroll. Better second from Quigg after a pretty troublesome first round. Settled in that second round, Scott Quigg, not sure if he did enough to win it. Here's the third. High-class affair in the super featherweight division, 9 stone 4. More natural away for Jono Carroll, told to break there and landed one afterwards. And John Nathan just having a word with Quigg about keeping his punches up. Really impressed us in that effort against Tevin Farmer out in Philadelphia. Matt and I were there, and he boxed really well. Jono Carroll even won some rounds, and then he went out to spar Tevin Farmer afterwards. So, you know, utilised more experience on the road, and he's been telling us in the build-up, this is his time now. This is his opportunity.
It was a big step up when he fought Tevin Farmer, who had never been anywhere near that level, and, you know, he came up short that night, but he'll have learned so much from that loss against Tevin Farmer. It was a valiant effort. He applied himself, you know, he put a lot into that fight, but, you know, the slick little moves and everything that Tevin Farmer was using that night, Jono Carroll will have looked at that, and he'll want to incorporate that into his style and into his arsenal, and going out there and sparring with him, that was an intelligent and a good move from him, and he'll, again, only benefit from all of that.
Didn't look quite as good against Jean Frenois in that draw in Sheffield. But he's settling down. Carroll now Quigg trying to attack the body, but he just loses balance again. The rhythm's not there for Scott Quigg, and Carroll growing in confidence. And although this is the Manchester crowd, there's plenty who've travelled for Jono Carroll because he's so popular.
Yeah, he's got big support in here, and they're making him very vocal here, and they've got a lot to cheer on. Quigg getting closer with his feet, but I think the movement of Carroll, the little pivots to the side, he's struggling with that a little bit, Quigg.
Yep, he's being picked off, Quigg. There's that head movement in those super bantamweight days when he was really in charge and looking at very solid world champion. Just a smile from Quigg, as if to say, you got me there. And he is. Carroll.
He's beating him to the punch here, he's outmaneuvering him, he's outthinking him, and he's quicker to the punch, and Quigg just struggling to pin him down here. Good left hook there from Quigg.
Yeah, better work with the left hand from Quigg. Just not quite got his timing. The accuracy. And the movement of Carroll working well over the first 3 rounds.
Yeah, good movement, good feints as well. He just keeps offsetting Quigg there. Quigg trying to read him, but trying to get closer with the feet as well. But again, Carroll spins out.
Great mobility from Jono Carroll, judging the distance well. And at the moment, outclassing the man who 3-4 years ago would have outclassed him.
Yeah, bossing it, controlling things, and I think the speed of his movement, how good he is at getting off those angles, I think that's what Quigg's struggling with a little bit here, is can't quite get to grips with Carroll's movement and the angles that he's giving him.
And the southpaw style as well. He's not fought that many southpaws down the line. Scott Quigg, I remember very early on in his career, he was put on his backside in the first round by a journeyman southpaw. He won that in a couple. Might be struggling with that slightly, but he's very experienced, Quigg. He's had a lot of sparring in that wild card gym out in LA. We've loved his attitude and better uppercuts from Quigg. He will give it everything here.
Without a shadow of doubt, one thing about Scott Quigg is he's got loads of heart. He showed that in the Valdez fight, the mental toughness, the grit and determination, dug deep, broke a nose early on and really stayed in there and toughed it out, and I've no doubt he'll do the same here.
Yeah, he was annoyed about the response he got to being overweight for that, missing that, so he couldn't win the world title as he just gets picked off again by Carroll, but he's been so dedicated as a pro, Scott Quigg, all the way through, and he's got the best out of himself, hasn't he?
Yeah, well, I think he's one of those where you'd have to say he's probably an overachiever. He's scraped absolutely every ounce of what he had in his potential. He really has had a really fine career, Scott Quigg.
Body shots from Carroll again, who just has found this lovely rhythm. Nice left hand, he's getting through cleanly to head and body.
Boxing really well here, Jono Carroll. I don't think he's hurting Scott Quigg, but he's frustrating him, and he's out-thinking him, he's out-manoeuvring him, he's out-boxing him. And you can see Quigg, you can see he's starting to get frustrated in there now.
It's really good tactics, this, from Jono Carroll, the younger man by 4 years. Fresher, quicker. And maybe also with that bit more ambition as well. Quigg has become a world champion. He's made some money from the sport. He says he does it because he loves it now. But Jono Carroll, he wants to get right up there and be part of it, doesn't he?
Yeah, I think once upon a time there wouldn't have been many fighters as hungry as Scott Quigg, but at 31 years old, having won a world title, having, as you say, having made a lot of money, you know, is the hunger what it was? I highly doubt it, but, you know, Jono Carroll, he's starving hungry. He's tasted what it's like to be at world level. Didn't get the win against Tevin Pan, but once we'll have looked at it, we'll have looked at areas he can improve, and I can see the improvements in him. He's picking his shots more, he's not wasting punches, his movement's really good, and when he finishes punching, he rolls out underneath and gets out the way.
Intelligent out of the ring, and this is an intelligent performance inside it so far from Jono Carroll, who is dominating Scott Quigg.
You know, as well, I'm not sure Scott Quigg got the power at super featherweight to turn things around.
Wrong for him.
Yeah, he's boxing really well here. Real spring in his step, a lot of confidence. Everything he's doing is working. Lead left hook there, partially blocked by Quigg. Again, looking for that lead left hook.
The 127th round of his career, Jono Carroll, which began in December 2012. This is the 205th for Scott Quigg, more experienced, fought at a higher level, former world champion, of course. Carroll just a world title challenger at the moment as the blood trickles from that right eye. Will that give Quigg a bounce, some confidence, something to work off as Carroll swings in another body shot?
So impressed with Jono Carroll here. His boxing IQ, his shot selection, his variety, you know, his movement. He's boxing so well. Even there, just that screw shot from the backhand. Just one step ahead of Scott Quigg all night. Quigg, to me, looks like a fighter that he's at that stage where he just can't pull the trigger. You know, we can see it, but at the minute he has that, he pauses and he hesitates for that split second, and then the moment's gone and he can't capitalize on it.
Right hand from Carroll. Pulling the trigger, or is it the reflexes as well? Just little fine margins that as the little lighter weight fighters get over 30, you've got to look for.
Yeah, I mean, we're talking split seconds with tiny margins at top level, and, you know, Quigg at this level, he just doesn't have it anymore. I don't think he's getting into positions, and then he's hesitating, and then Carroll's hitting him with a jab, or he's getting out the way, and, you know, we call that, you can't pull the trigger. You can see it, but his body's not doing it.
Up inside Quigg's own corner, but he looks comfortable still, Jono Carroll. This is one of the best boxing displays, if not the best, we've seen from him.
Oh, without a doubt, this is the best I've seen Jono Carroll box, just picking apart a really good veteran fighter in Scott Quigg, an experienced guy, a world-class fighter in Scott Quigg. Even that fight with Valdez, he lost it, but it was a great fight, and so he's been completely outboxed here.
Really good work from Jono Carroll here in the 5th round. And he's just beginning to chew up Scott Quigg here. Quigg's got to find something because he's being picked off. And I wonder what Joe Gallagher's thinking in that blue corner. He's known him a long, long time. And he'll be worried.
Yeah, I mean, back down to super bantamweight, Quigg was so I mean, he was fresh then for one, but he was so physically imposing. He was huge at the weight, and he carried massive power at super bantamweight that even in fights that where maybe he was behind on the cards, you think he could turn it around. He only needs one shot, but I don't think he has that kind of power now, not up a super featherweight.
Yeah, that bad bicep injury as well that he's had to recover from, which meant this match was postponed from the Saudi Arabian bill till tonight. And it's just more time out of it. Quigg has done 12 rounds on numerous occasions. He has that pedigree and the knowledge, but Jono Carroll is catching him much more than we've ever seen Quigg caught before. And this is the beginning of the 6th round, and Quigg's in real trouble here. The referee's going to have to take a closer look here. He's got to find something quick. Has he got the power, though?
I'm not sure he does, not up a super featherweight. He was a massive puncher down at super bantamweight, but Jono Carroll's always looked really sturdy around the chin, and even though he's not a big concussive, one-punch power in Jono Carroll, it's the accumulative effect. It's the fact that he's hitting Quigg so often here, and I think he's starting to demoralize him now as well.
You know what, this is getting quite tough to watch, remembering Scott Quigg and the brilliance he had at super bantamweight, and he's such a proud guy, he's such a warrior. And you just, it's tough, isn't it? But Jono Carroll is boxing quite brilliantly.
Yeah, there's almost a swagger to Jono Carroll now. His confidence is sky high, his tail is really up here, and boxing so well.
Quigg trying to get a combination out, working the Carroll body. I mean, there's just been no quitting Scott Quigg, has there, through the years. Such a tough and honest operator, he really is. And he's still trying to find a right hand to... It just doesn't seem there, Matt.
No, he's looking to try and... He needs a big round. He knows he needs to try and turn things around here. He's trying to will himself on. He's trying to plant his feet, and he's looking for some power in that right hand. He's trying to... He knows he needs something big here, but Jono Carroll just boxing so well, and I just can't see Quigg turning this around.
Gets his hands up there, Scott Quigg. The jab not really working though, and still that bounce to Jono Carroll, and a left hand and another one. This is a super performance from Jono Carroll, and Scott Quigg stuck in the mud at times, trying desperately. There's the spirit from Quigg.
Yeah, I mean, Carroll doesn't carry devastating one-punch power, but he's accurate, and he's hitting Quigg very often here, and he's confident, he's feinting him, he's changing things up, and, you know, this is a hard night for Scott Quigg.
Jab to the body from Carroll, who's just boxed beautifully out for the second half of this. A long way to go. Can Scott Quigg somehow turn this around, because Jono Carroll is in total control?
Yeah, I mean, it's been a one-sided beatdown really early on. I mean, Carroll came out and just set the tone from the first round, was really sharp, backhand straight down the middle, body shots, even those backhand screw shots through the middle, his movement, his boxing, absolutely top-class performance from Jono Carroll, but also Scott Quigg, to me, just has that look of a fighter that can't pull the trigger. Oh, big shot from Carroll there.
Right hand, and back he goes to the jab to head and body. There's a left from Quigg, but he'll need more than that.
Again, just falling short there, Quigg, out of range. He just hasn't been able to do anything really with the movement of Carroll. He's been chasing him around all night. He's got closer at times. When he gets into range, he hesitates that little bit long, and then Carroll just touches him with a jab or a backhand, and again spins out, gets back into the centre of the ring. And like I say, Quigg's just been a step behind Carroll all night. And, you know, I think the old age, the long, hard career, the gym wars out in Los Angeles, I think they've all taken a toll on Scott Quigg. And, you know, we talk about timing in fights, and, you know, this looks like it's Jono Carroll's time here.
Started at 6, Jono Carroll, had time out in Australia. where he turned over and came back, fought in prize fighter. It's been a bit stop-start, but look at that with the right hand. Maybe this is the night that we really believe in Jono Carroll. And if he can get through Scott Quigg here, which it looks like he's on course to do, surely he'll work his way towards another world title shot. But you're right, he's learning, isn't he?
Yeah, but I can see the improvements in it from the Palmer fight. I know Tevin Palmer was on top of his game and he was a slick southpaw, and this is a different fight. But I can see the adjustments that he's made and the things he's learned from that fight. He's realised he has to pick his shots more, he has to be more clever, more be careful with his shot selection. I think with Tevin Palmer, he had a lot of will, he had a lot of work rate, but he was missing a lot. I think he's gone back and looked at that performance, and he's worked on a lot of things in the gym, and he's really implementing them here tonight. Lovely body shot there from Carroll.
Beautiful combination to head and body from Carroll. And if he did have more power, Scott Quigg would have been stopped by now. Quigg hanging in there. Well, he's been hit more tonight, Scott Quigg, than I've ever seen.
Yeah, lovely backhand again there for Carroll. Really boxing with so much confidence now.
And I think he's really good, and I think he's got that absolutely spot on. And of course, he fought Scott Quigg in one of the big height fights. It was a great build-up. It didn't really deliver in the ring. Carl got the win. Quigg didn't get going for the first 4 or 5 rounds after this. He's tried tonight to get going, but Jono Carroll hasn't let him here. And I agree, it's pretty painful for Scott Quigg fans, this, and for Joe in the corner and all his close friends. Even you know, you've been around the camp.
Yeah, I know Scott. I know how much he wants it, and his desire is second to none, and his toughness and his grit and his heart. You know, he was so tough in the Valdez fight, but that was a tough fight for him. That would put a lot of miles on the clock. I don't know what it's like sparring out in the wild card. You know, there's no prisoners taken, and you know, Scott, he'd have aged a lot over there these last few years, and he's 31 years old now. I just think he looks to me like an old fighter in there, and that's taking nothing away from Jono Carroll. I think he's a very much an improved fighter. I think he's learned a lot from the Tevin Palmer fight, and he's boxing absolutely brilliant here tonight. But I just think Quigg is not the fighter he was.
This the round that Jono Carroll predicted he would stop Scott Quigg. He said often he doesn't think of a knockout because of the lack of them on the record, but he said this, he just felt that he would be winning this comfortably, which he is, and this would be about the time he'd stop him.
Yeah, I mean, Jono Carroll's not a big puncher, and I could see Quigg maybe toughing this out because he'll really dig in and he's full of grit, but I'd probably like to see Quigg get pulled out now, if I'm honest. You know, he's a brave fighter, he's never going to quit, but he hasn't won a round here, and he's taking more shots, body shots as well. He's took a lot of body shots here tonight, Quigg.
Whipping in the uppercuts. Yep, body shots, you're right. They take their toll, they take the effect, and look at that with the jab as well. He just can't move out of the way like he used to.
No, as I say, I'm repeating myself a bit here, but we call it, you can't pull the trigger. In boxing, we say, you know, he can't pull the trigger anymore, and that's exactly what it is with Scott Quigg. You know, you have the brain and you can see the moves, but the body won't react quick enough.
And it's been a brilliant career, I have no doubt about that. Scott Quigg has given us so many great nights, and still he tries. But it is a losing battle. There's body shots again from Jono Carroll.
Yeah, I mean, you can see the reddening down the side of Scott Quigg, the amount of body shots he's taken. Yeah, this is tough watching now if you're a Scott Quigg fan. I'd like to see Joe Gallagher pull him out at the end of this round.
Oh, big right hand from Jono Carroll. He walks straight into that, Quigg. And Carroll now might make that knockout prediction come true. The bell's going to come any second, but these are really bad moments for Scott Quigg, and I wonder if
Scott Quigg,
yeah, pretty sad, pretty painful to watch if you're a Scott Quigg fan, but I hope you're also enjoying the performance that Jono Carroll is putting on the big stage. He said he'd grasp this opportunity. Into the 9th we go, and it has been utterly dominant from Jono Carroll.
Yeah, brilliant performance from Carroll. I feel if he can really, you know, turn the screw here, I think he can get that stoppage.
There's a big conversation going on in the blue corner. Anthony Crolla alongside Joe Gallagher. Crolla, a long-time stablemate of Scott Quigg. And I wonder if the towel might go in.
Oh, getting outboxed here, peppered with those southpaw jabs. Getting hit with so many shots here, Quigg. Cannot get out the way. Reflexes have gone here, I think. And I think this fight should be stopped now.
Again, Crolla's on his feet and he's going round to Joe. And they're talking to the Smith brothers. They all care deeply about Scott Quigg. And Jono Carroll is teeing off on him. A body shot as well. Is this the end of the road? And what a road it's been for Scott Quigg. A brilliant boxing adventure. But tonight, it's just not there.
Yeah, and I think we have to take our hat off to Jono Carroll too, because he's boxed absolutely brilliant here. His movement, head movement, foot movement, his shot selection, his variety, his angles, really boxed each other. You can see the improvements he's made. Really, absolute first-class boxing display from Jono Carroll.
His quality has been terrific. And the fluidity of his movement from that southpaw stance. It's been really good to watch Jono Carroll and really hard to watch Scott Quigg.
Yeah, absolutely, nail on the head. It's two fighters at different stages of the career. I think the curtain's coming down on Scott Quigg. I hope that Joe Gallagher pulls him out at the end of this round, and I think it's the end of the road for Scott Quigg. But Jono Carroll has got a big, bright future ahead of him now. He's made adjustments, he's made improvements since the loss to Tevin Farmer, and I think he can really push on from here.
Coming towards the last 30 seconds of round number 9, championship round. Scott Quigg's eyes closing as well. Anthony Crolla just talking to Paul Smith. There's some real knowledge. So much over there around that blue corner. And even Matt alongside me is waving too. I think everybody in British boxing loves Scott Quigg. And I think it will be the honourable and the right thing to do.
Yeah, he's a real warrior, but the brave fighters need saving from themselves. He'll stay in there.
9 minutes to go. Left hand he starts, as he has almost every round, with a shot that gets through Jono Carroll. Stuck to his plan, his brilliant plan, devised by Albert Erpedian in the corner. A quiet man, a quiet trainer, unlike the personality in front of him, and in that ring, Jono Carroll, who could become a real star with that charisma he's got. I mean, on the dais at the press conferences, you can't stop him talking. Yeah,
full of charisma, real personality, Jono Carroll, great talker. And you know what, he's really improved here. I think he's gone up a lot since, you know, even the last couple of fights, the Tevin Farmer performance. I think, you know, Scott Quigg is pretty stationary, and he's struggling with the pace, and his reflexes aren't what they were. His feet are slowing down, he's getting caught a lot. But no doubt Jono Carroll has made a lot of improvements too. So it's, you know, Quigg really going for it here, showing a lot of grit and heart, really trying to dig in and find something to turn this round, but it's just not his night. The speed isn't there. Carroll just a step ahead of him, outboxing him, outmaneuvering him, outthinking him, outpunching him, and you know, this is really a one-sided beatdown really now.
what a fighter Scott Quigg is. Incredible guts, this, it really is. Another body shot. He really, I mean, the safety of the fighter though, despite the gladiatorial and tenacious efforts from Quigg, it's the safety of the fighter, and he's taken too much tonight, hasn't he?
Yeah, far too much, and you know, it looks like it's only going to get worse. I mean, Jono Carroll hasn't shown any signs of slowing down, or you think maybe Quigg's going to wear him down and get him, but that's just not what I'm seeing. I think Quigg's getting slower, and it's Carroll that's getting faster and stronger.
And it's the accumulative shots as well, and at these lighter weights you do worry, and it's the fighter's safety that is paramount.
I mean, the ultimate question is, can he win the fight now? No, I don't think so. He hasn't looked like winning the fight. He hasn't looked like winning a round. So, you know, after 10 grueling hard reigns and a grueling hard career, I think this is where a great fighter like Scott Quigg, a proud man, needs saving from himself. It's just, you know, for him to carry on for another 6 minutes, getting the head boxed off him, it's just unnecessary.
Last 10 of the 10th. Every round to Jono Carroll. What is Joe Gallagher alongside Anthony Crolla going to do?
I mean, the only thing he has to gain by staying in there is pride, to keep his pride that he didn't get stopped. But, you know, Scott Quigg doesn't have to prove his pride to anyone.
Right hand again from Jono Carroll. The quality of the punches has been fantastic from the fists of the Dublin southpaw. We've been talking a lot about Scott Quigg in the last few rounds, but look at Jono Carroll now. He wants the knockout. He wants the big finish.
No, I mean, you have to admire Scott Quigg, the heart and the grit, still willing himself on, trying to dig something out when he's been outboxed, outfought. You know, he took a lot of shots here, head and body, and still willing himself on. But, you know, the body, sometimes the body just won't do what the head and the heart tells it to do, and that's what's happening here.
Matt, we admire Scott Quigg in bucket loads, but we also like him, and we respect him as a man and a fighter. And it's just the concern, that's all.
Again, another good body shot there from Carroll. That's a sickening shot to land, especially in the 11th round. We've already taken so many body shots straight down the middle into the solar plexus area.
Quigg determined to go the distance, to see it out. And remember Deontay Wilder's reaction when he was totally outclassed and beaten up by Tyson Fury a couple of weeks ago. He was sick when he was pulled out. That's a left hand though from Carroll, and it hurts Quigg. Backed up on the ropes, he really felt that one. And there's over a minute left in the round, and surely the referee must now be taking a look. There's no towel. Anthony Crolla's giving it to Joe Gallagher, who's not throwing it. And Scott Quigg is in dire straits at the end of a terribly, terribly hard night. And finally, the towel does go in. Jono Carroll gets the win of his career, and he hugs Joe Gallagher straight away. I think he probably wanted to see that happen earlier. Scott Quigg, brave.